Hello grade 3s. I made this little video for you to just walk you through how we are adding and subtracting money amounts. I see that you guys are doing such a good job, but I thought I'd just make this just so we are on the same page about when it comes to regrouping or borrowing. So we're going to do the first one. So on the page that I've given you today, I've given you both adding and subtraction amounts. So we're going to start with adding first. I made sure that if you're recreating it, not printing it out, I made sure everything's kind of lined up nice and neat, right? Remembering our place value, remembering that the decimals have to be lined up as well. And we need to really pay attention to the symbols here, right? This one's telling me to add, this one's telling me to subtract. So they're a little bit different. They're trying to trick you a little bit so you're able to pay attention to the symbols. So let's do this one first. It's all nicely lined up. I know that I'm adding, so I'm going to start with this side right here, and I work my way to the left. So 5 plus 5 here we know is 10. So I'm not going to add 10 right here. I just add the 0 below the 5s. And I add my 1 right beside the 2. So now I am saying, okay, that's done. 7 plus 2, 9 plus 1 more. We have 10, so I'm actually going to add the 0 again down here. Make sure my 1 goes up here, and I can't forget my decimal, nicely lined up. Then I just have to add this place value right here, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1 more, 4. And that's how we use regrouping with addition. Now we're going to do the same thing, slightly different, with subtraction. So again, when we're subtracting, before we actually start, we have to make sure that the bigger number goes on the top always. So the questions I've given for you today, they're all ready to go. But just when you're doing your word problems, sometimes the word problems, they can be a bit tricky, and that's why we are detectives, right? That's why we're underlining some important parts of the question. So this one's already given it to you, but just a reminder, right? So when we're subtracting, bigger numbers go on top. So $5.65 more than $3.70, right? So again, we're going to start with this place value right here, okay? And we are going to start with the 0. We can take nothing away from 5, so that 5 is just going to come down here. But now we're running into a problem. 7. We can't take 7 away from 6. Right? So what we have to do now is we have to borrow or regroup. We're going to go over to that 5. And that 5, we're going to take 10 from it. So that 5 is going to turn into a 4. And the 6 is actually going to turn into a 16. I just put a little 1 there to remind myself that that's actually not a 6. It's a 16 now. So now we can take away 7 away from 16. I'm doing some quick math here. That's 9. I'm left with 9 there. Then the next thing I need to remember, my decimal, nicely lined up, and 3 take away from 4, I'm left with 1. That's my answer there. So again, with adding and subtracting, we have to do a little bit of regrouping, but take your time with it. Make sure that you're working from this place value to the next one to the next one. If you have any trouble, feel free to contact me and I will walk you through it. Have a good day.